Welcome back to a Center Podcast. I'm your host, Victor. I'm my co-host, Mark. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. Life is good. It's cold outside, but it's okay because
right.
it's all right. I tried
It's
to rhyme
all
there.
right.
That's all I could do.
But it's all right.
Yeah. What's new with you, man?
Not much. Just been chilling, playing some video games with you guys. You and Quentin, to be more exact. Yesterday was a pretty fun adventure, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we're not going to put nobody on blast. So
No,
we'll
yeah.
Just say I had a good time with friends.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
No crimes were committed.
No crimes were committed. Had a workout. And on top of that, I almost lost a pinky. But it's fine. It's still here.
But the pinky is the friends that we made along the way. You know what I mean?
That was deep.
Yeah, so we're back for another episode, and I was thinking we haven't done this in a while, so I thought I'd bring it back. We haven't done a little "Am I the Asshole" segment at all. I feel like everybody's just been like,
they've been
putting
going
their
back
eyes
and
through
forth.
us as we've been.
This is why I say they need to have another curtain there. Like, I don't get why that curtain up there is for. Like,
well, there's the door handle, so I guess it makes sense. But like, because like, how is that gonna drop all the way down? It's gonna have that weird. I don't know. Maybe one on the other side. I don't know, because the door opens.
But I just think like on the inside, you know, you could always just like, if you're in here, you know why it's down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever.
What can you do? So are you ready for this, Mark?
I am.
I compiled a couple just on hand, just in case.
Let's do it.
And we're gonna get into it. I found a good one here that I want to make sure that. Okay, yeah. I'll start off with this one. This one's not as long, so this is good. Am I the asshole for saying my dad is dumb for thinking I gave him herpes when he drank my drink?
I mean, it depends. Wait.
I just read this first line and it just makes it even better. But what?
I mean, it depends, but I'm gonna let it rock first before I throw any input.
I, 19 female, do not have herpes.
Okay, yeah, you see, like
right off the bat, it's just great.
Okay, there you go.
My dad recently revealed that he had a girlfriend. He leaves me with the dog nowadays to go see her, calling it a business trip. Recently, he admitted to accidentally drinking my water and said he had a sore on his lips, saying he has herpes. It says saying have herpes. I'm just gonna
that's what it is.
Interpret it. I asked my doctor if I do, and he said no, and that she has no infections at all. Like she don't have no like chlamydia or nothing else that could possibly she could have.
Yeah.
He also said that it's impossible to get it from sharing a drink. Well, that's good to know. It makes me feel a little bit better.
I've been scared my whole life.
No, for real. Like I really be like, yo, do I even want to? Like even at restaurants, I'm like, yo, other people have drunk out of this.
Yeah. Straw.
Yeah. I ain't get a straw yesterday, bro.
Hey, bro, you should shut up. You should shut up on time.
He also said that it's impossible to get it from sharing a drink. Doctor was shocked when I told him my dad accused me of giving him herpes, which is also a crazy sentence. Like, I gave my dad herpes.
It is weird. Without somebody knowing exactly what's going on, you're like, okay.
But can you get STDs from like a toilet seat though?
I've heard of people. Can you?
Like, I've heard like people, not like necessarily STD, but I've heard people get like hepatitis from like using like a public toilet seat.
I've never heard that, but hey, man, that's kind of wild.
It's possible. I have not had a sore on my lips since I was 8 years old. He definitely got it from his new girlfriend.
He definitely got the way she said.
Yeah.
He definitely got it.
I don't know what. Oh, I think she like typoed here. It says AITAH. I don't know what the H stands for. Or maybe asshole. Because she put am I the asshole, but asshole is usually a one-word thing.
Okay,
for like rush hour. If I said he was a moron for thinking he got herpes from his own daughter. Yes. But also, I'm pretty sure, I'm only saying this because I'm like 90% certain. If you do get like sores, you have like some like small trace / strain of like herpes. Like that you're just born with. Like that's a known thing.
Oh, wow.
That like a high percentage of people technically have herpes, but it's not like the herpes you would think of like when people get like serious cases.
Wow. Okay.
So I guess that's where his logic is from. And he said that she hasn't had it since she was 8 years old. So he was probably thinking that. I doubt it. This guy sounds very dumb to even accuse. Like to jump to your daughter instead of the new girlfriend you're seeing.
Like to think of all the other things that you could have possibly got it from. The fact that you like took a sip and said, oh my God, that's where it had to be from.
Yeah, I took a pop off my daughter's drink.
Like that's where it had to be from.
And
that's
now I have herpes.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
Yeah, like that's some dickhead shit to do. And then you just like, that's a bad way to admit that you have herpes.
Yeah.
Now the dad has herpes.
Yeah.
And like that's his way of breaking it to his daughter. He accused her of getting his 19-year-old daughter.
I'm gonna sit you down. Why the hell would you not mark your cup?
Yeah. Why would you not tell me that you had herpes, daughter?
What is your problem?
It's kind of fucked up if you ask me. Like, come on now. Is there any comments? Oh, now this lady's here. You absolutely can get herpes from sharing a drink.
I have it. Did you imagine?
But only if the person has an active sore. It's extremely rare without an open sore, though. Unless your doctor actually tested you for herpes, they can't know you don't have it. It can lie dormant for many years. It's also very rare for people to clear herpes. Once you've got it, you generally carry it for life. You're less likely to transmit it when it's dormant, but it's still possible. So you have herpes, but it's unlikely you gave it to your father. Not the asshole, but you're both misinformed, and I'm concerned that your doctor doesn't know better. This is written by Callie the Blaze, and I think this is the dad's girlfriend. Because she's like, you absolutely gave it to him.
Right?
There's no asshole.
Way it was me.
It couldn't have been me. You shared his Dr. Pepper, and there you go. I always knew you had herpes since the day I met you.
Right. She's like, oh, wait, no. This isn't the girlfriend. I'm just somebody who's just intrigued about your situation. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't think one person's comment is going to go and change my mind about it, though. So.
Yeah, she's just like, I mean, I hope this lady's also a doctor. Because she's just like, yeah, like your doctor's wrong. Like,
I work at Macy's. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's dropping all these fucking, I don't know. Callie has herpes, I guess. Callie the Blaze. I hope she doesn't.
Callie the Blaze. Such a
so we're not the asshole. The dad's the asshole.
I think the daughter is.
Yeah,
why would she do that?
How dare she?
Why would she do that?
And why would she share her drink?
Why is her cup just lying around just somewhere for somebody else to drink? I mean, it's kind of stupid though. Why would you drink a cup that you don't know is yours?
I'm saying like,
it's kind of also weird.
Like you didn't ask like, oh, can I take a thing out of your drink? If you knew your daughter had herpes, why are you reaching for her drink?
Not even if you didn't know. It's just like, you should have asked, like, again, why are you sipping from somebody's cup that you don't know whose it is? I mean, I'm pretty sure you would have to know if it's just you and your daughter that live there, but it's just like.
But if in your head, you're like, yo, my daughter has herpes. Because obviously he thought she had herpes if he immediately.
But I think he thinks after that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, that doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
Like if you think it's possible that your daughter has herpes, it didn't happen after you got the herp.
Yeah.
He was probably like, yo, like my daughter might have herpes.
Yeah.
He knows her whole medical history, I'd hope. She's 19. She's only just became a legal adult. So if there was even if there was even a thought or if I had like a 10% feeling that somebody I knew in my house had herpes, I'd be a little bit more careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of his fault.
So hopefully he gets good treatment. And I hope the daughter doesn't share any drinks off of his and watch her cup.
Yeah.
I hope that the daughter didn't go after the dad grabbed the cup and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now the dad gave the daughter herp. Got a herp house.
That is kind of crazy. Yeah. Imagine he took the sip, didn't tell her, and then she afterwards took, that's
now they both got herp because freaking Callie the Blaze over there.
The Blaze.
Didn't want to say nothing.
She wanted to be over here just,
jumping around from blaze to blaze.
It's a blaze to blaze, and she's blazing other people's life.
Now they all blazing.
Now they
you know what
blazing.
I mean.
Yep. Damn. She's wild.
Yeah. All right. Next one here. Am I the asshole for kicking out my girlfriend and her son after she invited her ex into our home?
Yes. Oh, no, you're not. She's the asshole. All right, hell no. Like,
I didn't even read the prompt yet.
In this situation, it's just like, it kind of gets me tight because it's like, why? Like, is this person literally dying? If not, they can go.
I mean, I guess it's like you're going to go visit the son, like that's their kid. But like at the same time, like I feel like that's still communicated. It's like, hey, like Rodney's gonna come over to see his son.
Rodney.
Just so you know.
No, hell no. Rodney, there's nobody named Rodney's coming in my house. Continue.
All right, so this person said it's a throwaway account. Their username is additional door 3206. Me, 35 male, and my girlfriend Sarah. Oh, he just dropped her name.
Jeez.
Not a throwaway anymore. 35 female,
Sarah.
have been together for 4 years. She has a son, Nathan. Dropping the kid's name too.
Gosh, you might as well just throw the last.
9 male with her ex Mark. 36 male. He dropped everybody's name except for his own. I like this guy.
I'm not throwing my business out there, but they gonna get all the smoke.
Sarah has
So Marco for K.
yes.
All right, that's cool.
Sarah has full custody of Nathan with her ex, having scheduled visitations one weekend every month. See, so I figured that's what it was about. Sarah and Nathan moved in with me a little over a year and a half ago, and in my perspective, it was a little rocky at first. I've always been pretty protective of my space, so making room for two other people was difficult for me. Valid. When Sarah moved in with me, we agreed that the visitations for Mark would be held in our apartment as long as I'm home. There goes the issue. The main reason I wanted this is because I don't know Mark that well, and I don't want him wandering around our apartment without me there. Also valid. When we proposed the idea to Mark, he was fine with it. Everybody's in agreement. Mark, Nathan, and Sarah.
I mean, I don't like it, but that's me.
Yeah. Now moving on to the real issue. 3 weeks ago marked 4 months since Mark's last visit, so I had asked Sarah when he was planning on visiting Nathan. My girlfriend replied by shrugging her shoulders and telling me she'd ask. She never followed up with it, so a few days ago I asked when Mark's next visit was, and Sarah said she'd tell me when she knew. Nathan was in the living room, but he had apparently overheard us and shouted something along the lines of, "Dad was here last weekend, remember?" Oh, Nathan.
I mean, hey, bro. Shout out
That's
to
why
Nathan.
you got kids, bro.
Shout out to
kids,
Nathan.
they don't give a fuck about context. They don't know. They're like, yeah, remember Sarah and Mark were wrestling last time they were here. Mommy and Daddy are getting back together.
And Mark won.
Now we're all gonna be one big happy family, right, Steve?
Steve.
I had to make up a name. I tried to look for it, but it wasn't there.
Steve.
Damn, bro. I know Nathan got his ass whooped. Sarah's face immediately dropped. Yeah, see, you're out.
Yeah.
As soon as you have that reaction, you're out. Why are you that concerned? And you were keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
And you shrugged your shoulders being stupid. Fuck Sarah. Sarah's face immediately dropped, and when I asked what Nathan meant, she wouldn't give me a direct answer. Hell yeah, get the hell out of my house. Yeah. If you don't immediately be like, oh, like he just came to drop off some clothes for Nathan or some shit.
Some video games.
Yeah, like some shit like that, then yeah, no. She could have easily came up with that on the spot, but no, she's fucked. Eventually she ended up telling me that for the past 2 visits, Mark had been to our apartment when I was working. When I accused her of going back on our agreement, she kept telling me this was her home too, and she could invite whoever she wanted. Nah.
There's a limit to that, though.
Fam.
No. Yeah.
Treacherous, bro.
Rah.
Fuck out of here. This was her home too. She could invite whoever she wanted, bro. Not the last time I checked. You moved into here. Where were you at before this? Exactly. And that it was fine because she was here and watching. That's the problem. You lied twice, and now we figure out that you're not trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
If it was like, oh, like you still work this day, but like Mark's still gonna come by. It's like, all right, at least you were upfront with me and told me. But now you kept the whole thing a secret.
Yeah.
Now all I know is you making Nathan a sibling in my mind.
Yeah.
In my place.
True.
She kept telling me this. I told her that was besides the point, and she violated my trust. It blew up into a huge argument with ended me telling her to get out of my apartment. Good for you, bro. She packed up and left with Nathan. Last I heard, she was staying with her parents. I thought it was her house too.
I guess not so much.
Look at that. I got several messages from both Sarah and her parents calling me an asshole for kicking Sarah and Nathan out of their home for something so small. I would have kept Nathan if I had custody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, Nathan, you want to go to Dave & Buster's, bro? You fucking earned it. You want to go to GameStop, son?
Let's go.
You want Roblox?
You want that PS5? Let's go, bro.
Come on, bro. You my fucking man. That's why I fuck with you. I ain't really like Sarah like that.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck around for you.
You're the real entertainment here.
I got in several messages from both Sarah and her parents calling me an asshole for kicking Sarah and Nathan out of their home for something so small, not small. She's even been blasting me on Instagram and Facebook about how horrible I am to do this to her. Oh, he getting the story post. Sarah's like, if you're not here at my best, you don't deserve me at my worst. So it's got me thinking I might be the asshole, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Am I the asshole? ETA? What's that? What does ETA mean?
Estimated time of arrival.
That's what I usually know it as. But I can see why it's important, but the court order was instructed because of Mark having a criminal record. I'm not sure what it's for, as Sarah has never directly told me, and I didn't want to push her to tell me. He said update posted to his account. Let's see if I can get the follow up here. Update to my first post. This was 6 days ago, the update. The update I made yesterday. I know it's fairly early in the morning while I'm posting this, but I got off the phone with my ex and figured you all deserved an update. It's her ex. Good stuff. Or his ex. First off, I want to thank all of the feedback and comments I got on my post. I didn't think it would get that much attention, but here we are. There were a lot of different opinions on who was in the wrong, but after going over a ton of them, I realized I wasn't non as holy as I thought. Now on to the update, as I'm sure that's all you came back for. It's not too exciting, so sorry in advance. Bro, you wrote a lot for it. You wrote more in the update than the original one. And he said it's not that exciting. On Monday, I had a locksmith come by in order to change the locks, cause shit. Which I got the go ahead from my landlord. Ordered a new door camera that should be coming in sometime. Yo, he's done. When she called me from a number I didn't recognize, her mother's, in order to apologize, she started crying over the phone, begging me to take her back and that she made a mistake and how awful it was being back at her parents' house. Yeah, you're not sorry that you did it. You're sorry you got caught and you're at your parents' house again. Dumbass. She complained that everything was a mess and that there was a smell she hated. She even promised to never bring Mark over again as long as she could come back, but he has to visit the kid.
Well, yeah.
I ended up telling her that she had lost my trust and that I wasn't going to move past this simply because she was having a difficult time at her parents' house. That shit sound like a you problem, baby. I told her this was her consequence for breaking the one thing I asked her to do when she moved in. When she realized I wasn't budging, it's like a flip had been switched. She started screaming at me using lots of colorful language I won't be repeating here. Among the list of swears, she told me I had no right kicking her out of her home, that I was criticizing her as a parent, that I was manipulative and ignorant, and that nobody would ever love me because not even she loved me. Before she hung up, she told me she'd get me evicted and take my apartment from me. I blocked the number after. I ended up emailing my landlord in order to see if there was any way she could get me evicted. I'm not sure if I mentioned in my post, but I've been pretty good friends with his son for a while. He ended up calling me and laughing about the whole situation. Yo, Nathan's a dog,
Nathan's
bro. Like,
he don't care. He's just like, yo, you my guy.
Mom be tripping, bro. Can I stay with you, please? And my dad ain't shit. He ended up calling me laughing about the whole situation, telling me that legally she has no ground to stand on since her name was never on the lease. According to him, she was simply a living guest until her name was added. Thank goodness it never was. Which brings us to earlier this morning where my ex woke me up to call me, this time from her father's number, and repeated most of the things I listed above. Apparently, she had contacted my landlord and he had hung up on her. Thank you, David. Landlord name out there, too. By the end of it, I told her to stop contacting me and that we were over for good. I blocked her father's number as well. It's not the most exciting update. That was pretty exciting, as I said earlier, but it's what happened. Some people in the comments suggested I talk to my landlord, which is what I ended up doing. So thank you to those people. Good job. Good job, dude.
I thought he said that in this update, he wasn't as holy as he thought. I feel like none of that was like putting any bad on him. I feel like it was
No, he was saying looking back at the comments of the original post, like everybody was defending him. He was like, oh, I'm not as much of an asshole as I thought I was.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying like, okay, never mind.
Yeah. That was a lot.
To be completely honest, from the jump, I didn't like the idea of them doing visitations at my house.
You already know where Mark's stand on this.
I'm just thinking like
For Mark future baby's mother.
I'm just thinking like if y'all gonna do something like that, like just do something like at a park or something like that. Like I know it's not the most exciting, but like you could do something anywhere else. I would say that's like.
What about his place?
I don't know.
Hmm?
No.
What do you mean?
Like the
You wouldn't to
no. If it's an issue with him being in my place, I feel like it'll be an issue. It should be an issue with his place.
No, just dropping off Nathan.
Oh. Like at the
At his
actual
house,
fathers.
and then just leave.
The
Yeah.
actual fathers. Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah.
It's her and
I
the-
just think
her
if
and the
it's-
son. I mean, it's him and the son, not.
Yeah. That's very true. Because like if you're the Shawty's not there to actually spend time with him, as
Yeah.
well as like a
She has full
family
custody,
thing.
It's just here.
Then
Play with your son for a little bit.
yeah, then I would say yeah, just do that either at the house or if you want to go out somewhere with your son, do that. But at that, like that's it. Because I wouldn't want you in my house. Like I don't know who you
Yeah.
are, especially if I have something to do and I can't be at home during that time. Like
Yeah, you don't know what intentions he has. You don't know, like,
I'm gonna come back home, my whole PC's gone.
yeah, or like he's trying to make it seem like we gotta have a bad environment for him, and he tries to get custody. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
True, yeah.
shit get messy like that, especially
Yeah.
in, like custody, like battles.
So I wouldn't do it.
But yeah, and then also notice how like the minute that he wasn't giving her what he wanted anymore, immediately he was like the worst person ever. Like, it was
Yeah.
just, she was like, oh my God, like my parents' house fucking stink. They fucking stink. I hate it here. Oh my God. He's like, yo, like, I'm sorry, but like, you're not coming back. It's like, I fucking hate you. Nobody ever gonna love you. I ain't even love you. I was just staying over there because Nathan liked
right?
you.
It's like a word.
It's like all of a sudden now you don't care about me, and you
I
30
don't know.
seconds ago you're like, I'll do anything for you to bring me back.
Right.
Bring me home. Don't kick me out of my home. Even the landlord was like, bro, like she tripping.
I
Dog.
would've
Like,
been like-
her name wasn't even on the lease.
Yeah.
All the payments got your name on it.
For
That's
real.
all I care about.
What you did was right, brother. I'm like, don't bring Nathan into this.
Yeah.
He ain't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, can Nathan come over?
Right? I was like, I know everything's rough, but can I see Nathan?
Yeah. It's just so dumb. Like, yeah, I could never do that. That's why I like no shade to anybody who already has kids, but I don't think I could ever be with somebody who has kids.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't have any. If I had
No.
my own and she has her own and we're like older, I feel like it's different.
What's funny is that I was having somewhat of this like conversation the other day with one of my coworkers, and I was saying how like,
Can you lean to the mic a little bit?
and I was saying how
Yeah.
basically, like with someone with kids, like I would have to be in that stage in my life where I feel like, okay, if I feel like of course I would want kids of my own, but like if I like get to a certain age and I'm just like, well, you know what, like I don't see it being that big of an issue to be with someone who already has like at least like a kid or so, like just because like, okay, like I don't know, I just feel like to me it's like at a certain point I could be okay with it.
Yeah, if they grown,
Yeah, that's what I'm
who
saying.
the fuck? Like they probably don't even stay there no more. But like 17 and under, or not even like I say like just basically not an adult kid. It's like yo, you gotta deal with that too.
Yeah, it could be a difficult situation.
But
A lot
if,
of the
if
time,
I'm like
yeah.
single and 50 for some reason, and like she got 20-year-old kids and I got 20-year-old kids, it's like what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm just like, you know, I would rather just, you know, start fresh at that point.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, that's basically what I was like thinking to myself too, is because like no shade to y'all. It's like, I mean, you had your kid and like it didn't work out. Can't do nothing about that. But right now, like if I were to have something like with like a 5-year-old, like that's kind of rough, bro. Because they're still so young
Yeah.
and like they require a lot. And then I'm basically taking on like that stepdad role. That's also hard as fuck too. Is like I'm not your pop. I can't really tell you shit, but like I got to be nice to you and shit.
Yeah, it's very weird
that
too in those
relationship up.
situations
And if y'all break
because
up,
yeah, it's very weird in situations because I feel like then when it comes to like a lot of disciplinary stuff, it's like how far can I go? You know,
Yeah.
like I
That's
feel like
another
the
conversation
shawty.
you
I
gotta
feel
have
like the
with them,
shawty
too.
is going to sit there and be like, "Can you help me out?" And I'm be like, "Don't do it, buddy."
yeah, listen to your mom.
Like, was that okay?
Yeah,
like what do you want me to do?
No, it's definitely something that you gotta like discuss
I'm like,
in the beginning,
I'm like,
too.
look, if it was my kid, trust me, he wouldn't even have been to this
Yeah.
point.
Because that's even something that I've seen myself like with my own family, just because my brother and myself have different moms. So
Mhm.
even with like growing up with my mom and him growing up with my mom, it was that conversation with my dad, who's like his biological father,
Mhm.
just being like, yo, like how like what I can and cannot do in
Yeah.
these type of situations.
I feel like it's also really hard though too in situations where it's the when it's the mom that's not the biological, you know, like
Mhm.
I feel like it's very difficult because
you're not my mom.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? For a dad, I feel like it's a little bit easier because the man of the house is usually looked
Yeah.
at like that. So like the man just be
So I'm
like,
gonna tell your daddy.
like
Yeah.
I'm gonna grip you up and it's a wrap, you know, like that's a little bit different because, you know, dads. But for a mom, it's like, you know, a lot of times you don't want to like obviously hit their kids. I mean, some do, but you know, discipline them the way that a guy would do. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit different.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, to each their own.
Just
Nobody knows. You ever seen Mr. Deeds?
yeah.
I fucking love that. Scene.
Yeah.
He's like a full-blown quarterback in the
Yeah.
NFL. Did you just swear in front of a lady?
He's like, yeah, just make sure, you know, tell him not to talk to around the ladies that way, you know?
So you
He
use
did
foul,
what?
You use foul language around a lady? No, daddy, no. He's like, ah.
He's like, okay.
It's a great movie. I feel like people don't talk about Mr. Deeds compared to all his other movies. Like everybody talks about Grown Ups so much. Like Grown Ups, like
It
Grown
was
Ups
just
is
good.
But I feel like it got so popular.
It was just good because it had so many other actors in it.
Yeah, but
and-
he has the same cast for the most part.
But no, but those are more like, I would say like A-tier actors. Like you got the B-tier that are just like in his other movies that you constantly like know
See.
that they're in there, but like you don't really see them in anything else but
Mhm.
his movies. Where you see other people like what's his name? The from King of the Hill. Or not King of the Hill. What is it? More bigger set guy. You got David Spade. You got freaking
Kevin James.
Chris Rock. Kevin James. There you go. Him. Then the other Rob Schneider.
Those are
like-
all his guys.
Yeah, those are his guys. So again, like, but you would see them make like their own stuff. You know, like a lot of the other people that are small, like in the background, those are the only people that really be in his movies like all the time.
Yeah.
So
I feel like out of all Adam Sandler's movies, that's like his pop album, and then he got all this other shit that's like this lesser known, but it's better than all the popular shit. It's like there's like 2 Grown Ups 1 and 2, and like it's so popular. It's like, oh, you got Salma Hayek, you got Shaq, you got all these people. It's on TV all fucking day. But then you got like Mr. Deeds and like Big Daddy and all them other movies. Like, yo, like
Mr. Deeds is hilarious. I saw it like about like a week or 2 ago, and I always crack up about he like pulls out his freaking black foot.
Yeah.
That's just so funny. He's like, "Oh, hit that thing, hit it." And he's just
he's like all polished up, but after he does his hair is all over the place, like he's really leaning into it. He's like, "Oh, you're sick."
Yeah, you're sick. Why would you do that? I'll just mess with you.
Please let me touch your feet, sir. We'll had a whole foot fetish. Yeah. We didn't even talk about it.
Oh man, that was a funny movie.
He ended up being the rich bull,
and I was cracking up in the beginning when they were trying to get him to when the girl was trying to trick him. So she basically was trying to fake being mugged.
Yeah.
So when he took the purse and started running, he was running, and then he didn't realize how fast he was catching up. He was like, "Oh shit!" And he started really trying to run. Oh, and he's like wailing on him.
And he just kept. He's like, "Oh, here you go." Oh, he just kept kicking him. He had a neck brace and like a black eye.
Yo, I was cracking up. She's just like, "Sorry." It's like, nah, bro. I'll be so tight after that.
Winona Ryder. What was the name of the town that she was from? She was like West Chestertonville.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. And then he finds it.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah.
She was like, "Holy shit!"
He's like, "Oh no, it's just been so long since I've been here."
Then they took him to the kid, like to where she grew up.
Yeah, it was the exact house, the red door. Oh my god!
Described.
They went in the house. The
young bull
door was unlocked. Everything, like
they knocked the bull teeth out. The young bull, he was choking. She just started banging.
Yo, she said, "Hit her right on the railing."
Missing.
It's like, "Oh my god, I saved the life! I saved the life!"
Imagine them explaining that to their parents. It's like, yeah, like
that's why I'm saying, bro. They went to this freaking town and just went into somebody's crib. Like, again, I get freaking Mr. Deeds. I'll say his actual like name in the movie is like careless, so he just thinks that he's just super friendly, but like, bro, don't go into somebody's crib, bro.
And then the old head who had his knee fucked up, you remember that bull? It's like his old head. He just like, they walked into like an old bar or pizza shop that she used to go to, that she said. And he's like, Mr. Deeds was just, he's like, "Oh, like that's little Annie. Like, remember you used to help her with the, like, whatever?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "You're a doctor now?" I was like, "Oh, how about with this?" And he showed her knee.
Yeah.
He stressed his knee far as shit. She was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I remember that.
Such a good movie, bro.
It is.
I wish it's hard for me to think of all those movies being in a theater. Because I'm so used to seeing them on TV or like VHS and shit. Like there was a point where it's like, "Oh, like coming this winter."
Yeah.
It's like Adam Sandler in Mr. Deeds. Yeah, like
oh man.
Like they don't make those type of movies like that anymore.
No,
they do, but they're all on like Netflix or Hulu and they get forgotten.
Yeah, speaking like of the murder mystery ones that he's making now with freaking what's her name?
Or like the Halloween one he made. I think he made a second one.
Bad. I hated that.
Like, Huey Dubois.
Yeah. Like it was, I don't know. It was interesting. It was just, man, like somebody of high caliber of Adam Sandler, I just feel like his role just wasn't that great in that movie.
He was just trying to recreate that old Adam Sandler shit.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't able to do it. And then also just getting that Netflix bag. That's all it is.
And then he made a new thing with like his kids in it. And oh my God, my mom had it on the other day when my like cousins were over or whatever. It was we all went out to eat and we came back and then they had it on. Man, that thing was terrible. Like it was like trying to really take the lives of the kids being in school and stuff like that. Like you were just kind of like, I don't know, there were scenes with them and I'm just like, this is super cringe. Like
damn.
It was so weird.
But yeah. Out of those bunch of shitty ones, you get that one gem like per year. Because I feel like he releases like so many movies per year.
Yeah.
But
he does.
Yeah. We're gonna hop up out of here. If you haven't watched any of those movies, check out Adam Sandler movies. They're great. They're like corny enough, but also still funny enough that they hit. But yeah, great times. We love you guys. Thank you much. Thank you for all the support and love. We'll be back with another episode. Catch you guys later. Deuces.